treat all their lives a favor.
Do your caregiver, which would be her, at what point, thank you, do you just surrender everything? Now, the last thing to surrender would be for me is my car. I've given up everything else. I don't work anymore. My daughter said I can't work anymore because
Nobody knows. Nobody knows what I've
know.
not shared that.
That's all right. I'm okay with that.
But I'm just saying, I think
I share.
Can I share a little bit since you're sharing a little bit?
But it's my sharing.
I know, but I want to kind of fill in the blanks a little
Okay.
bit, just a little bit.
Go ahead.
So there was a time with my mom was not able. She didn't even know who I was, and that's hard to, I didn't think you were going to come back from that.
Mm-hmm.
But you did, right? Yes. You're a miracle, a walking miracle. And a lot of people don't come back from that. And you did. So I'm very proud of the progress you have made.
Thank you.
I mean, you didn't really have anything to do with it, but
God did.
Right. So, like, we couldn't, that's something that we couldn't control. I couldn't control it. You couldn't control it. And it was a very hard time for me to watch you go through that.
We went through it together.
Well, not really, because you didn't know who I was. There was a time when you didn't know who I was, and you didn't know who my children were. And the point is, so for me to see you come back
this far,
like, amazing. It's a literal mirror. And I shared this with Davida and Janelle last night. Mm. You always sing that song because you really can't sing at all. And you always sing the song, He favors me, God favors me. And I was like, my mom is favored, right? To see the images of where you were, they had to put like boxing gloves on you because you couldn't, like you were shackled to the bed. And to see you come back from that is amazing. It's a testimony. It's a miracle. But I still see some cognitive decline that I don't, and not just me, but the doctor even said it, you should not be driving.
I didn't hear him say that.
So for a caregiver like me, and I know there are others, because we share our stories in our little group that we're in.
I'll get you a tissue.
I'm okay. So to see you like come back, and it's a miracle. But I still don't think you should drive. So if you need me to do more, I will. Now, this is what I shared to my caregiver group. She's not going to like this, but
of course I don't. I
told people that you should take their keys or just like disconnect the wires in your car. That way they got the keys, they go to start it, and it's like. So that's my tip. And people are like, oh, I never thought to do that.
I would not like that.
Okay, not you, because your car is
pretty good
at my house.
Even so.
But what I'm saying is I personally, and that's what I had to tell you today. It's not even about what I believe anymore. Whatever the doctor says, whatever DMV says, if you can pass your test, then rock on, player. But if you can't, then you got to accept that.
Well, I haven't got there yet.
So I say all that to say, I think that I have to learn that I'm not in control and I can't control you. And you can hold your own hand even though you're holding my hand.
You asked me to. Anyway.
I didn't, but okay. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
But I would just say, as we can maybe do more of these because it helps people to understand or just know that they're not alone.
Mm-hmm.
So, anything else you want to say?
Yes.
What?
I still am determined. I won't maybe necessarily have the last word, but I'll have the final word.
No,
it's a difference.
God has the final word.
I'm talking about us and people, and even the doctor.
Well,
and,
really.
and I said I do
because God has a way of swooping down and taking those keys from you.
Oh, he has a way of talking to me.
Right. So
but it hasn't got there yet.
Okay, he told me that.
But no, he didn't.
Okay, that's what I heard.
That's what you heard because you weren't here. But anyway, it's not over to the fat lady.
I know you didn't. I know I need to lose weight, and that's another reason why I've gained so much weight in the last 6-7 months. Like I'm going through the menopause stage now. I'm in the sandwich generation. You know what the sandwich generation is? The sandwich generation is, you're my mom, I'm here, and my kids are here. So just now I had to go to the basketball game. So we're the sandwich generation. We have to take care of our kids and our parents. And you can't imagine how stressful it is to have to deal with my children. They have basketball games and they're here and there and everywhere. And I had to miss a lot of stuff. I work out now I mean, I always worked out, but I work out now not so much for losing weight, but just to mentally clear my head.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I need to get back on track with my eating. I've gained literally a lot of weight, but because every single day I was at the hospital caring for you, and so I'm neglecting myself, and it's a hard and bitter pill sometimes to swallow that you don't have a life because you are constantly caregiving, not just for you, but for my kids, my husband. It's a lot.
I'm quite sure it is.
It's a lot.
Oh, okay.
And then you got parents that don't want to listen.
I hear
Like
you.
your children don't want to listen, but then your mom is like, I'm gonna do myself. I'm gonna hold my own hand. It's very, 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 very difficult.
I don't have. I come, but I come. God brought me a long way. He really has, and He has more things for me in store. I know He does. So I'm not ready unless He tells me. I haven't heard Him say that yet. He's still working on me, and He said not yet. But I believe He's going to. Whatever He's going to do, He's going to do. Would that be to take my car from me? No, not take it, but I surrender my car, which is something I definitely don't want to do. I have no problem saying that. I'm not ready. But God says, no, pull the plug.
And not on you, but the car.
I know, but no.
But again, I have to surrender that. I'm going to give it to the doctors. If they say you can drive, then great. And He did not say that. He said, we'll revisit in April.
I heard what He said.
I know.
Because I asked Him.
I know.
And He still, and he pushed my date back again too.
Oh, darn.
Yeah, a whole week.
Oh, darn.
But it's still in the same month.
But anywho, the doctor has the last say so.
I'm tired of him.
Of course you are.
I don't even like him.
That's not nice.
God forgive me.
He's a very nice doctor.
Whatever.
And he's very attentive, and he calls and checks on you all the time. He'll call me.
He calls you.
But he's a very, very thorough doctor, and you have been blessed to have somebody that cares and spends time on your case and studies and connects dots to other doctors to make sure that you're okay. So you need to be nice to him.
And I am nice to him. I even want to see him.
I know. And that's another thing. Like, she'll get on the bus and walk around and not tell me, and that's very frightening.
I called you afterwards.
Anywho, but you're super independent, but you got to pull that back.
I didn't do it again.
But I'm just saying. Anywho, the sandwich generation is.
Some things I can do for myself, like go to the store. You don't like,
but
that.
You don't need to go to the store. Crossing the street, two people. You told me got hit by a car.
But only one died. I mean, y'all me like that. God forgive me, but
that's enough, and that worries me.
So I'm much careful
when you getting on the bus and going here, going there. And that's not safe. And then it's like 4:00 in the afternoon, in evening. You did that one day, and I had to come in all over town to get you. And it's dark outside. You got that little coat on.
I don't remember
freezing.
That.
Oh, you remember it?
You come
when you went over there, and then we went all the way over there, and I was like, you could have made that a telemed.
I didn't know that. I want to go to.
Because you're hard-headed.
I just figured the easiest way to go is just go over there and see him. And just talk to him and see what my issues is with R.
But you didn't have to do that.
Well, I didn't know that, but now I don't have to go over to see him anymore. He'll come see me.
Anyway.
So I'm just saying, I've come away. I can be in my own place now, cook my little food and do my little thing. But I have not come to this thing where I hear Father God saying, daughter, let it go.
But if you trust me, and as I tell my kids, I'm never going to steer you wrong.
I know that, but you
don't
know
everything. Trust me. And lean out on your understanding.
How about that for you too? Lean on mine. I got this.
I know, but I'm leaning on a medical situation. Like it's a medical. I'm not trying to take independence. If you need something, I'll come over and drive you. You have a support group, friends. I get that I have a life, but I'd rather see you safe than you all jacked up because you won't listen. And you want to hold your own hand across the street when you should. Even the other nurse practitioner told you not to do that anymore, but you don't listen.
I'm saying I kind of know my own self a little bit. I'm not going to take choices like going out here at 3:00 in the afternoon. If I don't get to Walmart over there by 2:00, I won't go.
But I don't want you doing that. People hungry out here, being pushed you over, fell, whatever, trips. Your feet ain't the greatest anymore. Like you just kind of shuffle, and I don't like that. So you shuffle and fall.
I'm just saying. I understand what you're saying. I'm not going to be perfect.
I know, but so back to what the initial. We got to pull this back in because we're gonna be here forever.
I'm just speaking about myself.
So what can a caregiver do? What can a caregivee do to help other people out there that are going through a similar? Be the voice for the people who don't have.
Find out. This first off, sometimes like I tell my church, I said, we need to stop talking and listen more. So you're not going to get the answer. I know you have an opinion and you wouldn't do it, but listen to me. I mean, just listen really to me. And I said to my church about, we need to stop this. And I said, wait, stop. Well, the children, well, she did. Did you listen to what she said, or did you even wait and listen to what she had to say, or he had to say? Listen to us. I mean, and then if you listen, you really listen, and you hear, not just listen, but you hear what we're saying. Then you say, what can I do to help? Well, I mean, I was a caregiver, and I went through hell with it, but I understood some of them didn't know, they didn't understand, and sometimes they have their way, and they are stubborn. We are stubborn people, because you're taking everything from us. We take it as like, you're taking from me. Well, you can't do that. You only do that. I'll do it. You do. No, please. I mean it from all my heart. Listen to us. I really mean it. Not just you, the doctors. Listen to what we say. Don't just say, well, what you need to do. And I think that's not okay. All right, fine. That's what you think, but I need you. I do, and I like I said, my people in my building, they are going through hell. And you know what it is? Always the car. I'm serious. For everyone in here that's had their car taken from them, who have the issue with their daughter, it's always the daughters too. I don't have sons. I'm just saying for real. It's the car.
Because the sons are probably not around. They're probably they
don't have, yeah. Or the sons, they have the sons, but I guess they worked it out or whatever. But I'm telling you, it's always, so far I've heard, it's always the car.
And the daughters.
No, I'm saying the cars.
Right.
Yeah, and the daughters. Yeah. And it's like, that's how we don't have to worry getting around. I mean, people say, well, I can take you here. I don't want you taking me there. I don't.
But what if you're medically not able to drive again?
Okay. Well, I'm so far, that has not come up.
It has.
Since I've been home, it's come up that I can't drive?
Yes. Your doctor, he suspended you. Wait, I'm sorry. Your doctor, the first doctor.
Her.
Yeah, her. The first doctor.
You know what? Excuse me.
Because
she did you did, and I'm like,
I did, because I saw things
I had got there.
You were not. Now, come on now.
I would have got there.
At that time, you really shouldn't have been driving. We're not going to tell the people about that.
Oh, what part of that? I wasn't driving either. I never touched my car.
We're not going to talk about the stuff on the walls.
That's not the point.
And the stuff on the floor.
That's not the point. But for you not to tell them,
I didn't say nothing. They don't know what that means. They're like, well, what's that? I'm not going to tell. That's not nobody's business. Right. But that's why I snitched on you. I never tried, but I wasn't even nowhere near trying to do nothing like that. I wasn't even ready. I mean, I couldn't barely walk. You pushed me down that day. Now, see, I told you about staying there. I did not push you down.
I like to say that. I think it's funny.
That's not funny. And I told you, thank God they have cameras, because you ever tell them, she pushed me.
I say that.
And then you falling on the floor, on the ground, and whatnot. Well, that's just not cool. So that's another reason why I took, because you were weeble wobbling and you were falling down.
I just came home from the hospital too, and then being taken care of. That was what, last year, really. Now
that wasn't last year. That was several months ago. We're still all of it. I'm sorry.
No.
Okay, you're right. It was 2024, but it was not a year ago. It was within the last.
I don't care about
it was in this year. We have not even been a year out
of
this
yet. I don't care. I see it.
See?
Anyway.
Anywho, people, we will maybe do some more of these, because I think they're helpful.
I'm telling you,
for people to understand and hear the voice of the caregiving that needs people to listen. But I also feel like for me, and I would love to start a support group, or just a call or conversation, a Zoom, whatever, so that people can get on and just feel like they are not alone.
Let's have a meeting. Have people.
I like that. You could cook.
No, I can
cook a nice salad.
I don't remember how to cook.
Oh, now you don't remember.
I don't remember. I can't hear you either.
We can do a virtual.
I can't hear you.
We can do it like you can share.
I'm not cooking nothing.
Show people how to make a salad. Anywho,
but I'm
thank
just saying,
you all for joining us.
Thank you so much, very much. And I still say, I might not be ready for a lot of things, but I'm ready to try. I remember when I came home, they said, "Well, how you gonna cook? What did you cook in? Did you turn the stove on? Did dang go right? I turned the stove on. How else I'm gonna cook?" But I'm just seriously. Well, are you sure you're gonna be okay? And so somebody was coming in and helping you. And how you gonna do this? And I said, I'm gonna do it the way I've been doing it.
And what I was trying to explain to you is that people saw you at your worst, and they couldn't imagine that you were ready to live on your own again.
I can only imagine. That's the song, you know. I can only imagine. I love this song because I can only. I mean, I know what I went through. You
don't know what you went through.
I'm not finished talking.
Okay.
I remember it, but I don't remember. Trust and believe. They told me. And you did this and you did that. And I didn't know myself. But I'll tell you one thing, and I mean this with all my heart. My daughter showed me a picture. That's you. She showed me a picture of when I was sick and it was a whole bunch of mess. And she showed me the picture. And all I could do is just shut up and say nothing. Because that was my mother. That was my mother. She was in the same predicament. And she died. That bothered me more than anything else. So what I couldn't remember when you showed me that picture, that did me. Excuse me. But she didn't come back from it. I did, because it wasn't my time. So yeah, I am cautious. And I took care of my mother when she was sick and things I had to do for her. And I don't mind. I did my one bit. But I'm a stubborn person. I am. I want what I want. But then when it says, okay, you really let it go, then let it go.
But that's the part you sometimes don't know when it's time to let go.
I will know. I definitely will. Just like with this car. If I really can't drive it, I can't drive it.
Well, we're going to talk to the doctor. We're going to talk to DMV. And they may have to give you a driving test. And if you pass it, then, I told you that earlier. If you pass the test, I have nothing to say.
But even if I don't pass the test the first time,
then you're going to keep trying. And then you keep trying. And that's...
You only get so many times. I don't know. But I
said the one lady tried 11 times. And she... Well, all I'm saying is, if that's what you want to do, then you find somebody that's going to take you. But I have no choice but to acquiesce, because that is what you're able to do. The test will prove if you are able to do it or not. So I will stand down at that point. I personally, right now, right here today, I don't believe you're ready. But that's just me.
Well,
and my opinion is like a butthole, as you always said. Everybody has one.
But I'm saying that I know I don't see him till next month. If I have to take some lessons, I have no problem. But I don't want to be said. The thing is, I'm saying, I mean, I don't want to hear no. Oh, I ain't say anything. I haven't done anything. I haven't even been up there. Well, you shouldn't do that. You just no. I just say no. I don't agree with. I think that's horrible. Well, it's horrible. I mean, well, I just don't think you should. You haven't tested anything. And I can say this. Every test you've given me, thank God, it came through normal. That's a blessing. I'm thankful for that. So my little pain in the shoulder, okay, fine, but it's nothing they have not found. Thank God, nothing with it. Well, yeah, you have a problem here. And so I have not heard. Father God has not said no yet. The doctor hasn't said, oh no, there's no way. So I don't want to be kicked out, knocked out before I've even got in a race. I might not can drive the car, but I can drive a horse. It's a joke.
I think TMI.
I know. So anyway, so yeah,
pause. As kids say, pause. Sound like a pausable moment here. Anywho, thank y'all for joining us.
Thanks for listening to me.
And we'll be back on another episode of
whatever you called it.
I don't know. I don't remember what I called it, but anywho,
being there for you.
Caregivers are us, and caregivees have a voice too, or something like that. But
and we're here for you. Call me.